know. How many planes? How many planes?
Oh, that's nice. It's nice, is that? The nice thing is being able to put the titanium cup on top of the stove whilst you pour the pour over, because that's the only problem with the pour over in the titanium cup sometimes is as you're pouring it, it drips so slowly, the coffee's actually getting cold as it's going through the filter, whereas on there, put it on the stove on the bit that's not as hot, stays nice and toasty warm. But yeah, something a little different. I mean, it's looks different from probably the last time any of you guys saw it. Last time any of you guys saw it, it was just bare completely. It was still, there was the wood stove in here, but that was it. Now it's got windows and doors and shiplap and a bit of insulation behind it, so it is nice and warm in here. It does get pretty good with the wood stove now, and the wood stove has a dampener on it. A dampener? I don't, whatever. But it helps to keep the heat in, so it's nice. And funnily enough, you'd think those windows would make it cold, but because the sun's over there, it actually, the sun beams straight in, so during the day it gets hot. I don't know what it's going to be like in the summer, but I've got stuff to do out here in the spring, Gotta get some buckwheat and stuff planted, so I figured spend the day, come and clean it up, and next step is to light the grill out there and go cut some more firewood and stack the firewood.
Just talking to the camera about it wouldn't be me if it didn't go wrong, and realised not only did I spill half of the charcoal, but I wasn't even recording either. Now, before anyone asks, and I know they will ask, couldn't find my safety glasses before I left, and I also found out that I broke my sunglasses on my last trip. So, I did find these. I bought these for a costume party, and this was all I could find in terms of glasses before I left the house, so they'll do. As long as nothing gets in my eye, I'll be fine, right? duck. A duck. First duck I've seen this year. Spring is on the way. See, one red. Yeah. Man, that was the coolest thing. I mean, I wish I could get this stuff on camera because people won't believe me. Like the video I just did with the fisher, like, so I was just sat here, or just clearing up this wood, and I could hear this noise, this commotion, like back there. I look up and there was a little merlin. I don't know if you know what those are. Is it merlin? Something like that. Marlin? It's like a tiny little bird of prey. It's like this. And it had something in its talons and it came through here. Like swooped through these trees into there, and then all of a sudden this red-tailed hawk just came crashing straight through behind it, like literally just barreled its way through the trees and was chasing it, trying to take whatever it was off it. It was so cool. And I was like trying to get the camera, but like everything's in manual focus, trying to, like, you know, pick it up and get it as they're like battling right above my head. That's freaking cool. Like, I know that like my two recent videos probably haven't been like what most people want to watch, but that's why even if I'm not like in the deep woods, I just like doing it, because, you know, when you're outside you never know what you're gonna see. You just never know. And like earlier in the week, or last week, seeing the fisher, and now seeing that, just, I love it. I love it. I don't know what's going on with all these planes, but hoi. Oops. Oh, she's juicy. She's juicy. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. It'll play. Crispy. Potato. Well, the tatty's about perfect. Oh. Well, nothing a little whiskey and Frank's Red Hot can't fix. A bit of that in there. Cheers, guys. It's been a while since a bourbon whiskey. Oh. It's delicious. I got that bottle for Thanksgiving. Still got a bit, and it's good. Steady on. Kind of blasted the chicken, but still pretty juicy inside. Like I say, a bit of the old Red Hot. I do like a bit of char as well, that's the thing. I like it a bit crispy. It's absolutely fine. the most important part of the whole operation, of course, is the slippers. Because if you want to get up in the night to stoke the fire, you want the slippers on because the floor is cold. Apart from that, it is cold, about 10 degrees Fahrenheit tonight. And I'm going to hit the hay. You see my breath. Wood stove is going, but it's chilly. And I want to get into bed. Oh no. Ugh. Terrible. That's French for terrible. I don't know. It was cold last night though. It was chilly in here this morning. It was about, what, -12 last night. -12 degrees Celsius. 10 degrees Fahrenheit. So there was one point where I woke up and I could see the fire had kind of like died, and I was like, do I get up and do I stoke it? And then I was like, no, I'll just deal with it in the morning, because I was toasty warm in the sleeping bag, and it was one of those where it wouldn't have just been get up and throw a log in. It would have been get up, sit here, you know, blow the coals, like try and get it warm before I put stuff in there. And I thought, well, I'll just do that in the morning. Apart from that, it was nice. Good night. There was a little mouse in here.
Speak of the devil. There he goes.
I kept seeing all the time. So I got in bed every so often, and I just, in the corner of my eye, see down to my left, just a little... And I'd put my head torch on, and he'd just be sat there. Then he'd look at me, and then he'd just carry on. I could hear him on the wood paneling on the roof. So yeah, good night. Good night in the woods. And that's the thing, like I said earlier, with the merlin and the red kite, or the marlin, or whatever it's called over here. I think in England we call it a merlin, but yeah, it's just one of those things.
And like the last time with the fisher, it doesn't matter if you're deep in the backcountry or just out in your back garden. Like, you never know what you might see. And that's why, even though these videos are a bit different, it's just nice to be out, you know? It's nice to be out. Rather do this than not do anything. Because you never know what I'm going to see. But anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.